Yes, Vanakkam. The topic is about projection of straight lines. In this, we're going to consider the line inclined to HP alone. Line inclined to HP alone. The angle of inclination may be considered as a 40 degree. Is indicated by designation called as theta, or the symbol theta is line inclined to HP is given as a 40 degree. Okay. Consider the end points of the given straight line has 100 mm. 100 mm is the AB length. One end is marked as A, another end is marked as B. The length of the line is to be taken as 100 mm, that is a 10 centimeter. Is inclined to HP. This, if I keep the line like this on HP, is called as lies on HP. When you tilt the line 10, 20, 30, 40, at one stage you will get 90 degree. This angle will be 90 degree. It is called perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. So this condition we already discussed. And further, if I keep the line like this, it is perpendicular to VP. This is lies on VP. 10, 20, 30 degree. If you tilt the line like this, it makes 90 degree with a vertical plane. This angle is 90 degree. You can say the line is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. Okay. This is lies on HP. If you tilt, it makes 40 degree. The theta is given as a 40 degree. Angle of inclination with HP is 40 degree. So you have to turn that straight line like this. At one stage you will get 40 degree. So this is a position of the straight line inclined to HP. Inclined to HP alone. Okay. So for this I am going to draw the projections, that is a final front view and final top view. Okay. So this green color shown here is the reference line marked X and Y. That line is interpreted in the drawing sheet or on the marker board by horizontal line marked as capital X, capital Y, called the reference line. Consider this is spherical as one end point called A. This is end point A is projected on the vertical plane, goes like a ray, is marked on this vertical plane. Where it is projected on vertical plane is marked as A dash. Similarly, the end point B is projected on the vertical plane, goes like a ray, is called B dash, designated as B dash. So this angle is called, the angle of inclination with HP is given as a 40 degree. So that is represented by theta. After projecting the end points, if you join this end points A dash and A, you get the orange colored portion length called as a true length. TL stands for true length. After projecting on the vertical plane like this, the view obtained is called as a front view. This will have the true length. Whatever the length of the line is there, that can be traced or projected on the vertical plane called as a true length, 100 mm. TL. TL stands for true length. The view obtained is called as a front view. Okay. So we have to view the object called a straight line perpendicular to the plane of projection. Perpendicular means now the view which you are getting in the video is 3D view, 3-dimensional view. That is, this is a length of HP. You can see the breadth part of the HP also. You can see the height of the vertical plane like this. 3-dimensional will be visible. And thickness of the plane may also be seen in the camera. So we have to visible the object or imagine the object is visualized perpendicular to the plane of projection. Perpendicular means 90 degree perpendicular to the vertical plane. When we visualize the object called a straight line, the view obtained is called as a front view. For that I turn the camera so that you can see it and clearly understand. I adjust the camera, and moreover, this what is called as this pink color is the HP edge, and this green color XY line will merge forming a single edge. That you can see it in the camera. Is called perpendicular to the plane of projection. When you visualize the object, the both edges will merge forming a single edge. Okay, and you can see only the XY line. in the camera. This XY line, is green color line is shown at here called horizontal line, reference line. Above the reference line or on the reference line, the point A is projected, A dash, represented as A dash in the XY line itself. As the A is having contact on the XY HP, it is projected and marked on the reference line itself. This point is marked as A dash. Similarly, at certain height, the B dash point is projected. Okay, this theta is the angle of inclination called 40 degree. 40 degree inclined to HP. The view obtained is called as a front view. After drawing the reference line called as XY line, mark any point on the XY line. This point is marked as a small a dash. One end point is projected on the XY line itself. Next, take your protractor. The theta is the angle of inclination with HP given as a 40 degree. So this is a protracted. The baseline represents 0 degree. The 0 degree and this center point with 90 degree must coincide with A dash. Okay. Then measure the angle given as the 40 degree. Read like this: 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Put a point 40 degree. Join the marked points by H pencil. Okay, by H pencil you can join it. The length of the line is given as 100 mm. 100 mm means 10 centimeter. Okay, so the view obtained A dash B dash is the true length of the line. Take 100 mm, that is 10 centimeter, is called a true length. With this A dash as reference and mark a length of 100 mm using the freehand scale like this. So the extra length may be erased. This is another end point to be marked as B dash. Okay, this angle of inclination is called theta. Theta is given as a 40 degree. Okay. The view obtained is called as front view. Front view will have the true length. Whatever the length given in the question or in the data shall be copied. Okay, this is 100 mm. Don't write mm. Number alone is sufficient. The view obtained is called as a front view. That comes above the reference line called as XY line. Okay, so the view obtained is called as front view. Okay, so now this is a portion of the object. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the top view. So observer is a person who goes sees the object. Here the object is a straight line. So for getting the top view, the observer goes to the top of the object. And when he visualizes, he can see the end points B and another end point A. Okay, the length of the top view or plan will be diminished. That you have to understand. Okay, suppose if the line lies on HP means the front view will have a true length 100 mm. Top view will also have 100 mm. As the line has 0 degree or lies on HP. As the angle is inclined, at one stage when it is perpendicular to HP, you can see only a point at the top view. Only a point will be visualized. As the line is inclined to HP, the length of the top view will be diminished in length. Diminished means will be shortened. That shortened length we don't know. Okay, for that, this is A point having contact on the horizontal plane itself. This is another end point marked as B is a certain distance above HP, located certain distance above HP. The end point B is projected on the horizontal plane. Okay, and A is already in contact with the horizontal plane, is also projected on the horizontal plane. Okay, after projecting, the horizontal plane alone rotated clockwise 90 degree. When we turn 90 degree, this HP comes below the XY line. Okay, and the view obtained, the points projected or the view obtained is called as a top view, will have this much length. Okay, so this much length is not equal to this much real length. As the angle of inclination is given as 40 degree, this will have, front view will have a true length 100 mm. When we measure it, this distance between A and point B will be some less than 100 mm. Okay, when you measure it using scale, it will be less than 100 mm, but we don't know how much it will come. Okay, so for that, to complete the top view, this is called the top view, take 2H pencil. And before that, you have to know what is in front of VP, the distance in front of VP. This is a position of the line inclined to HP alone, called 40 degree or theta. So you can see some distance is there in gap between the VP and the straight line, orange color line. This is called the distance called in front of VP. That you can see it in the top view. Looking from the top, you can see the gap. This is called in front distance. In front distance may be taken as say 30 mm. Similarly, the point B is also located 30 mm in front of VP. This gap. Okay. So that gap is called in front distance in front of VP. That can be seen in the top view. After projecting and turning the HP alone clockwise 90 degree, so that HP comes below the XY line. As I told earlier, this is the distance called in front of VP. In front. I told us 30 mm. Okay, in front distance. Take 2H pencil. I mean lighter line is drawn. So with this A dash as reference, draw a vertical projector from A dash and another vertical projector using the vertical scale of a drafter from B dash, draw a vertical line. Okay, so this line where it intersects, I mean 30 mm distance is to be marked. Okay, so from the XY line on this A dash point as a reference, mark a distance of 30 mm on this vertical scale. That is 3 centimeter. This is called a distance in front of VP. That's seen in the top view. This is the gap. There you draw horizontal line. The end points of this A dash, this point shall be marked as A. Similarly, the projector line from B dash where it intersects with the horizontal line is marked as B. The AB is the top view obtained. Automatically you get the distance. Our aim is to draw the front view and top view. This length cannot be, we cannot estimate initially. It depends upon the orientation or the angle of inclination of the true length. Okay. So 40 degree. 40 degree means for that this will be the corresponding top view length AB. So the AB obtained is called as a top view that comes below the reference line or the green color line. Understand? So top view means lowercase letter without dash. Front view means lowercase letter, the small letters with dash it will come. It's usually designated like this. Okay. The view obtained is called as a top view. Suppose you consider so for this given position of the straight line inclined to HP alone, first we are going to draw the front view that I already drawn on the marker board or on the sheet. This distance in front of VP, the distance is given as taken as what is called as 30 mm is to be dimensioned by dimension line. Put narrow arrowhead and shade the arrowhead. You can write the gap between the XY line and the AB is called in front of VP. That distance always comes below the XY line based on this explanation. The 30 shall be written like this, parallel to the line, center of the dimension line. Okay. The view obtained is called as top view, comes below the XY line, and the view obtained A dash B dash is a front view, comes above the XY line. Okay. So in this visualization, the edges, what is called as the HP edge and the XY line will merge, forming a single line called as reference line. On the reference line, this A point is having contact. As the point is having contact with the horizontal plane, is projected on the XY line itself. This is the point. Understand? So this is a true inclination with HP alone. Corresponding front view and top view is drawn. Yes, thanks for listening. Yes.